Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started.
Hello, this is Ryan. I'm calling to speak to Russell.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Russell. This is Ryan. You spoke to Alex on the phone about your interest in selling your house.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was calling back to verify that all of the information we have is correct so that we can come to an agreement to purchase your property. Is this a good time?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. And looks like for the best number to reach you at in case we get disconnected, I have this number. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And for your primary email address where we can email you our offer to purchase your house, I have at gmail.com. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Russell. And you did call us because you have a house you're hoping to sell, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the property is not currently listed with a real estate broker?
No, ma'am.
Perfect. And for the address of the house you're hoping to sell, I have 4260 in Georgia in Bide County.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Thank you very much for your help with that. And when you spoke to Alex, you said that we should assume about $10,000 in repairs and upgrades. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Russell, there are a lot of factors and reasons which make a difference on how much time we have and how much money we will need when we buy the house. For example, are there any serious damages? Is there something wrong with the house? Are there any court orders or deadlines we need to meet? Is the house just too small, or are there any neighborhood problems? And many other examples. So can you see how important it is for us to know your reason for selling? And as a home buyer, you'd want to know too, right?
Yes, ma'am. No, I understand that. Well,
so
what happened was we bought the house and we planned on moving into it, okay? We bought the house, paid for it in our tax return to move from New York to Georgia.
Okay.
Okay? My wife put in a transfer for her job. And they said, okay, everything's good. You know, everything looks good. You know, go ahead. We can transfer you. So we went ahead and bought the house. We rented the truck. We had our truck loaded. Okay, my wife was working the last week up here. And about 2 days before we were getting ready to leave, her job said, oh, we had a problem with the distribution down there. They've already filled the position. We can't transfer you. My wife says, look, you don't understand. I've not laid out a couple $100 for this move. I've laid out almost $20,000 for this move, okay? There's no turning back for me. So she ended up quitting her job. And that was the reason we bought the house in Macon, was because it was close to the distribution center for Kohl's, what she was supposed to be transferring to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we made the move. We moved down to my dad's house, which is 2.5 hours away. And we ended up staying there because I found a pretty good job. So we ended up staying there. And that's the reason we want to sell it, is because right now we're paying tax on it every year for it just to sit there. Yeah.
Well, we can certainly help you with that. It sounds like your wife's job really messed you up on that one, so hopefully we can help you out with that. What have you done so far to try and sell this house?
Sorry, I work 2 jobs. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired.
It's okay, I understand.
We posted it on Craigslist, and you know, we've got a few hits, but everybody wants to do owner financing, and we just want to be done with the house. We don't want no problems with anything like that.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have to sell this house in order to buy the next one?
No.
No? Okay, so then actually that makes us the perfect buyer for you, because we're not looking for a house to live in. We can buy your house and close on the date of your choice. And with that being said, when would you say is the soonest you would be able to sell your house and close escrow by?
If we can work the deal out today, as soon as possible, but we only have one issue.
Okay, what's that issue?
I'm currently 1,000 miles away from this house. I moved back to New York.
Oh, you moved back to, and is your wife in Georgia?
No, my father is, though. I mean, I can make a trip down. I can make a trip down there if I have to.
Shouldn't be necessary. Would you be able to give your father permission? Once we came to an agreement, we would send local professionals out to verify the information that we already have, would your father be able to make the appointment for you?
Yeah, I could talk with him. And
I know you said you're 1,000 miles away. I know that would be really difficult for you to get down there.
Yeah, well, I mean, my thing is I've been wanting to go back to Georgia anyway, so it'd give me a reason to go.
Okay.
So yeah, either me or my father could. I would have to talk to my father because he runs a service truck working on big rigs every other week. He's on call, so he can't leave the house, you know?
Right, because he has to be able to be ready for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I could talk with him once we get done with everything now and see what's going on.
Okay. So you would be able to close in the next 20 to 30 days?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, Russell, what's going to happen to the house if it doesn't sell? Meaning, what are you going to do with it, and how is it going to affect your plans?
I'm not really sure. I guess we would just keep paying taxes on it.
Have you considered renting or leasing, or no, you're 1,000 miles away?
Well, that's the problem with renting. Being 1,000 miles away, you got to hire. By the time I rent the house out, you know, do the small repairs that it needs and rent it out and be 1,000 miles away, it's kind of really not worth it because then I got to hire somebody to go out there and keep an eye on the place, you know, make sure that everything's okay, you know, that the people ain't destroying the place and that they're staying up with the agreement. By the time I get done doing that, I ain't really making nothing off the house but just paying taxes on it now.
Okay, that's true. That would be a little bit difficult to do without, I wouldn't want to hire a rental agency either. So I completely understand where you're coming from on that one, especially 1,000 miles away. And it looks like when you spoke to Alex, you said that the house would be worth about $21,000 in today's market. Is that correct?
Well, the assessed value is what comes on the taxes. I haven't really looked up the house, but when I told my wife about it after I made the phone call, she said that it's worth more than that, but that's just the assessed value with your taxes, and they do like 50 or 60% of what the house is worth, and it was like $41,000 or something.
Okay, so you actually believe that the house is worth $41,000 in today's market?
Probably.
Okay. And there's no mortgage on the house that we would need to pay off? I know you said you bought it with your tax returns.
Yeah, no. The house is paid off. I don't know nobody except for the tax man every year.
Okay, and hopefully you won't have to pay him anymore either, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Okay, so, and it looks like when you spoke to Alex, you said that you were hoping to walk away with at least $7,000. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my bottom dollar on the house because I've got more than that wrapped up in it, and I'm just ready to cut my losses. And
okay, well, since we are paying all of your closing costs to sell, is that $9,000 the lease that you'll take? I'm sorry, is that $7,000 the lease that you'll take?
Yeah, that's my bottom dollar.
That's your absolute bottom dollar. And knowing that we're going to buy your house now and take all your worry and stress away, along with holding costs waiting for your house to sell, can you help us by lowering your price just a little bit more?
How much were you talking?
Well, would you consider $6,000?
I would have to talk it over with my wife, but we might be able to swing that.
You might be able to swing the $6,000?
Yeah.
But you are saying that at $7,000 you are committed to selling your property today?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm getting ready to go to lunch in a bit, and I'm going to be gone for about an hour. Would you be able to talk to your wife, and then I can call you back when I get back from lunch and see where we can meet at?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So I'll call you back when I come back from lunch and see where we can meet at. But you are committed at $7,000 for sure?
Yeah.
Okay, but you can
I
possibly do $6,000?
would have to. I mean, we could possibly do $6,000. I would have to talk to her and make sure it's okay with her.
Okay.
But when we talked about it, she said no. She said, Rusty, my absolute is $7,000 on it. So.
Okay, so I will call you back when I go on lunch, and then we'll see where we can meet at, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, so great. I'll talk to you in about an hour, okay, Russell?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you, and thank you for your time. You have a good day. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hello, this is Ryan. May I speak with Russell, please?
This is him.
Hi, Russell. This is Ryan. I just came back in from lunch, so I wanted to call you as promised. Did you get a chance to speak to your wife?
Yes, I did.
And where are we going to be able to meet?
She was wondering if you could do like 6,500.
If we can do 6,500? Did you say how much? No. Well, I can probably, you know what, I am pretty confident that I can get that $6,500 approved for you. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll send you out that purchase agreement for $6,500. When I send out that purchase agreement for $6,500, though, you are committed to selling your property for that much today?
Yes.
Yes? And when would I be able to expect the purchase agreement back?
Pretty much as soon as we get it, can I fax it to you?
Yes, most definitely. My fax number will be in the email, and it also happens to be the same as my phone number.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a fax machine, so I can fax it back to you.
Perfect. All right. So what I'll do is I'll send you the purchase contract shortly, and if you could go ahead and print it out, sign it, and fax it back to me as soon as you can, we can get escrow open right away, okay?
All right, that'll work.
All right. Congratulations on selling your house, Russell. I'll send that to you shortly, okay?
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, and you have a good day, Russell. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Get more info and stay in touch